But his dream was almost cut short when he was paralyzed from the waist down while serving overseas in Afghanistan. Since then, the singer has made a dramatic recovery, and he is here to share his inspirational story with us. Stephen, thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. So tell us about the music.
You know, well, I'm a Marine, and I would like to say that people, I guess everybody that is a Marine strives to be one their whole life, and I can't really say that about myself. My dad's a songwriter, and songwriting is something that we've always done in my family, and so that's really what my passion was. However, this is the only country where you can take a dream and make it your career. And since my dad had already done that, I was making it a family business. And any country that's going to let me stand up and do that, I'm going to have to stand up and fight for it when they need me. And so after 9/11, I dropped out of college. I walked away from a record deal and I enlisted in the Marine Corps. And music, henceforth, has helped me to be able to try to put that into words that maybe the civilian sector can understand the veterans a little better. And maybe I can help bridge that gap because I didn't have that, I guess, love with the Marine Corps from such a young age.
And tell us about your injury that's been so instrumental in your life and recovering from that and in your music.
Right. So 9/11 happened, like I said, I enlisted in the Marine Corps. I went in. I wanted to make sure that if I did something in the Marine Corps, I wanted to add or to give to what the missions overseas was. And so I immediately went into infantry and then reconnaissance. I was with Light Armored Reconnaissance, 2nd LAR, as a scout, and we invaded Iraq. We did 111 missions, and we're very proud to say that we brought every man back. We did, I think, some of the most combat missions that any special operations capable unit had done over there, and be able to say that they brought everyone back was something that we really prided ourselves on. And then we immediately turned around and went to Afghanistan. I would like to sit here, Ali, and tell you that same thing was true for Afghanistan, but it wasn't. I carry a tattoo on my left arm that the first Marine that was killed in Afghanistan. Corporal Ron Payne literally gave up his life for the rest of us that night. We were ambushed, 26 on 5 at some points, and even at the most 26 on 12. And then Corporal Payne gave his life to save the rest of us. And so it was that night that we had dealt with something that we had never dealt with before, which in combat we had already seen pretty much everything that could be thrown at you. We had never dealt with losing one. And we only work in 3-man teams, 6-man sections. So when you lose one, that's a big impact on us. And it was about a month later that I was injured myself. I broke my back from L1 to L5, shattering all my lumbars.
And you were told you would never walk again.
They told me I'd never walk again.
What went through your mind?
Well, I walked just to prove that you can't tell a Marine anything.
Good for you.
Just kidding.
That's what I hear.
It is. And I really can't tell you what went through my mind. Of course, I was on a lot of pain medication. My mom says that they brought me out of the coma to let me know, there's nothing we can really do for you here. And we don't know if there's going to be anything we can do for the feeling in your legs. Again, the good thing was I didn't have a spinal injury. My back was just horrifically broken. And my mom said, I just kind of laughed and said, no, man, I'm going to walk again.
And you proved them.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really bought into it. I thought that there's going to be something out there, and I've always looked at the silver lining of things. That's how you get through this life. But it was about 6 months after that the VA stepped forward, and they said that they had a new surgery called kyphoplasty that they had been using on elderly people with degenerative discs, and that they wanted to try it on me because basically what I'd done in my back was what a degenerative disc does. And I don't know what your faith is, but mine has to be pretty strong to go through what I went through. And this is just one of those more notches in that the only doctor that was slated to do that surgery was at Vanderbilt Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee, where I came from.
Where you came from.
So all the roads led me back. It was like, okay, you've done your time. Now come back and let the people out there know about it.
And now do you use your music as a tool to help deal with what you went through and also to spread a message?
I do. I can't say that I've always done that at first. It was very separate from me. I didn't think anybody needed to hear about some of those things over there. These are horrific things that we join and we go and fight so that you guys don't have to see that. A good veteran doesn't want to bring that home and then throw it upon civilians. That's the reason we go over there and keep that over there away from the people here. But there are things that you do need to know. So much as 22 veterans are committing suicide today, and I would lie to you if I said that I hadn't been in the same situation. I've been as far down the suicide road as you can go without being able to come back. The problem is that when you start talking about losing veterans like that, you have to start talking about so many other things, like misappropriation of medication being one of the biggest ones. And it wasn't until I found myself in a room contemplating that very topic that my dog broke the door down and gave me those couple of seconds of clarity to think, you know what, I don't believe in this. I didn't believe in this in combat, and I made it home. How am I sitting here about to do something? You know, this guy's gonna, kick my butt when he sees me over on the other side because I'm not living for him or for any of the ones that we gave. And so I sat down and wrote a song called Pieces. And that was the first time I'd ever used songwriting as therapy. And I thought, I'll never play this for anyone. And so I did. I ended up playing for the Commandant of the Marine Corps at the time. And he said, Stephen, that's not your story. That's our story. And it's your duty to put it out. You need to make a music video. At the time, I wasn't with the record label. And I said, sir, music videos cost a lot of money. Thinking that he was going to say, hey, I'll foot the bill. But instead, he says, you're a Marine. You'll figure it out. And so we did. And it's helped a lot of people so far.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your service and everything you do. And real quick, website people can go to?
StephenCochran.com. Concerts with Causes is who brought me out here for Fisher House, so please go check them out. Without them, these organizations are really what's helping our veterans. So Concerts with Causes is really what we need to focus on, and Fisher House. And I just thanks for having us.
Well, thank you for being here. Thanks again for your service.
Yes, ma'am.
Coming up, Ryan will talk with Matthew Morrison, the star of the Broadway hit show